Good morning, learners. Welcome to online learning. Last class, we saw the two dreams of Pharaoh and how Joseph interpreted the dreams, the advice Joseph gave to the king, and Joseph finally became the governor. So our lesson for today will be based on how Joseph's brothers go to Egypt. Like we said, our lesson for today is Joseph's brothers go to Egypt to buy corn. Lesson objectives. By the end of this lesson, you should be able to narrate the story of how Joseph's brothers go to Egypt, identify the reason why they went to Egypt, identify what transpired in Egypt, and bring out lessons from the story. Now, before we left, we discussed how Joseph interpreted the dream of Pharaoh and how he became the governor of Egypt. Who can tell us how did Joseph become connected to the king? Very good. Joseph was recommended by the chief cup-bearer. So today we want to look at three things. Joseph's brothers go to Egypt to buy corn, which is found in Genesis 42 verse 1 to 26. Joseph's brothers return to Canaan, which is found in Genesis 42 27 to 38. Joseph's brothers return to Egypt with Benjamin, which is found in Genesis 43 verse 1 to 34. So we are going to begin with Joseph's brothers go to Egypt to buy corn. Now, remember the famine that started in Egypt spread throughout the territory, and Canaan was also affected. And because Canaan was affected, Jacob had to call his children. Who is Jacob? Very good. Jacob is the father of Joseph. Jacob called his children and said, "Go to Egypt and buy corn so that we will not starve." So he gave them money and they left for Egypt. When they got to Egypt, they met Joseph. Joseph was in command. So they came and they had to bow before Joseph and told him that they have come for corn. Joseph saw them and recognized them, but they could not recognize Joseph. Joseph saw them. He remembered the dream that he had, that the moon, the stars were bowing down to him, of which the brothers had to hate him because of the dream. Now, Joseph decided to accuse them by saying they are spies. But the brothers refused and said, "No, we are not spies. We have come for corn because our family is starving." The brothers explained the story to Joseph by saying, "We have a kid brother who is in the house. We were 12 of us. One is no more, and one is there with our father." And Joseph said, "No, you are spies." But they refused. So Joseph had to tell them to go back home and bring that brother that is left behind to show that they are not spies. Do you think Joseph did not know that they were not spies? No. Joseph wanted to see Benjamin. Remember, Benjamin is the only brother of Joseph. The mother gave birth to two children, Joseph and Benjamin. So Joseph wanted Benjamin. That is why he accused them of being spies and asked them to go and bring Benjamin so that he can see Benjamin. But these people, they started pleading with Joseph. They told him that, "As you see, Benjamin is the only one that is left with our father. There were two of them. One is no more." And Joseph said, "What happened with the one that is no more?" And they told Joseph that it is our fault. So Joseph insisted and had to keep them in custody. And later on, he released them and sent them, but he had to hold back Simeon. He said the rest should go back and bring Benjamin before Simeon can be released. That was how they left Egypt and went back to Canaan. So while they were going back on their way, they stopped somewhere because the bag was too heavy. One of them opened the bag and discovered that the money was inside the bag. So he had to alert the others that my money is inside my bag. And all the brothers opened their bags and saw the money inside. So when they went back, they explained everything to their father. They said, the man in Egypt have said we should come and bring our brother. But the father refused. The father said, no, I cannot send Benjamin with you. If I send Benjamin with you, I may die very soon. So he refused, and they pleaded with him. But the father could not let Benjamin go. But what happened? The corn that they brought from Egypt got finished. And so Jacob called the children again and said, come, go back to Egypt and bring more corn. But the children said, no. That man in Egypt told us that if we don't come with Benjamin, he will not like to see our faces. So we are not going back there. If we have to go back to Egypt for corn, then give us Benjamin. Jacob could not do so because it was difficult for him to send Benjamin. Judah had to plead with the father and said, give Benjamin. I will bring Benjamin back. If I don't bring Benjamin back, then I pledge my life. Reuben too had to pledge the two children and said, if I don't come back with Benjamin, then just go and kill my two children. Because it was so hard for Jacob, he had to let Benjamin go. And he gave them a lot of gifts so that even if Benjamin want to be held captive, they will look at the gift and let Benjamin go. So that was how Jacob's children left and went back to Egypt with Benjamin to meet Joseph. In the next class, we are going to continue with this story. But make sure you go back and read these chapters from the Bible. Read carefully and answer the following questions. Why did Joseph's brothers go to Egypt? What happened to them in Egypt? One of the brothers was kept in custody. Who was he? And why was he kept in custody? While waiting for your work, see you next class. Also, don't forget to bring out the lessons that you've learned from this story. Bring out at least 5 lessons. Stay blessed. Bye-bye. We have come to the end of our lesson. One thing we should note is that be careful the way you treat people on your way up, because on your way down, you will still meet them. Just imagine what happened to Joseph and the brothers. They saw Joseph, they maltreated him, but what happened? They came back to him, bowing down just to buy corn. So that is how life is. Be very careful the way you live your life. Thank you very much.